Welcome. Let's start with our opening prayer. O Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay, so yesterday the major themes were abundance and relationship intimacy issues. You can ask anything to your angels that you want to ask, and I will do my very best to answer. Don't you guys worry about that. I wanted to kind of start today with the angel message around letting go of covert control. So a lot of you guys are very able to see obvious control. So if you're being controlled by a partner who's screaming at you, who's beating you, things like that. But I think that there's an aspect to covert control. So covert control is emotional manipulation, physical manipulation, that is blocking your divine life purpose and it's blocking you from stepping into your full power. And covert control either looks like something called weaponized helplessness, which means that people pretend to be stupid. I don't know how to do the job. I don't know how to change the kid's diaper. I don't know how to pay a bill. I don't know how to use the technology. And it doesn't matter how much you support them, they don't want to learn, right? So this is called weaponized helplessness, and it's a form of covert control, because you can't go out, right? If your partner doesn't know how to change the kid's diaper, you can't function in your business if your assistant can't take on more responsibility. You can't feel safe in your own home if when you go out, when you go out for work or for play and you come home and the whole house is a tip and you have to clean it up. And it's a way of keeping you from resting, and it's a way of keeping you from feeling safe. And it's a way of attacking you without you being able to defend yourself, right? So we're going to bring in Archangel Michael to lift the veil. Everywhere where you're falling for the belief that other people are too stupid to do the basics of nurturing, caring for, right? And taking on their own responsibility, we're just going to lift that off. People are clever. They know how to do things. Okay. And if they don't, they can learn. And if they're proactively choosing not to, this is called covert control. And you guys can go and Google that term. You can go and look it up. But I think so many of you are getting stuck that Archangel Michael wanted to come in and help with that. Okay, that's looking so much better. I'm back home today, so I have my cards. Let me get the cards out. Oop, there we go. Okay, so Mariam saying, hey, Sky, can you please give me a relationship reading more centered on my partner and if he's even capable of having a normal relationship? What needs to be done here? Feeling frustrated? Any advice? Let's see what the angels have to say. Okay, so the card that came up for you is raise your vibration. You can see that her arms are up. So it's like actually a power pose. It actually reprograms your body chemistry. So if you put your arms up, you can feel your aura expanding out and your chest opening. So your heart chakra having more energy. And you can also see that she's like, there's darkness on the edge of this card and her aura is pushing it out. So there's definitely energy here and clearing the space, clearing the home, clearing the negative energies, being a really important step for you in your relationship right now. Okay, so the message is focus on what lights you up, for you're here to blaze new trails. The This angel guides you that we have to focus on raising our vibration, the doorway to our consciousness, for the doorway for our consciousness to open. Walking through, two pathways appear. The first propels us forward to fulfill our karma that we choose before incarnating, and the second spirals us upwards to ascend our awareness. Daily meditation is the key to escort us on these pathways. Victory is nudging you to meditate more, which will raise the vibration of your home too, for you're not a product of your environment is a product of you. Invite the Archangel of Victory for development of the third eye and crown chakras, creating positive revolution, embodying your magic, feng shui of your space and your reality, and turning ideas into gold. So when you're trying to change somebody else or asking if somebody else can change, you are giving your power away. So that's number one. Okay. If you go into advanced metaphysical principles, there is nobody else. Okay, there is nobody else. So particularly soulmates, children, when they are acting in a particular way, it's an invitation for us to heal the part of ourselves that feels the same way as them. So for women, if the man is acting out, it's because they're disconnected from their it's an illusion, and what you're being guided to do is to look inside. From your current vibration, from your current perspective, this is not going to change. He is not going to change, right? The energy is just too dense. If you it depends. The question you have to ask yourself is, what do I really want, right? If what you really want is a relationship with him, then you do like the inner masculine work. If what you really want is not, you do the inner masculine work, right? Because otherwise you'll just end up in another relationship with the same person, different body, same energy, different body, right? This is like an inner masculine healing that has to be done. But you get to choose how the healing manifests, whether it manifests as the healthy completion of a long-term marriage, or whether it manifests as the continuation and the renewal of a long-term marriage. That is your choice when you collaborate with God, and you get to make that choice, and there is no right or wrong. Okay. If you can no longer love this person, then you shouldn't be there. Nobody deserves to live with someone who doesn't even like them anymore, that doesn't love them anymore. It's a horrible thing, right? We see it from our side that it's difficult to love that person, but it's even more difficult to live with somebody that thinks you're difficult to love. So the card was shift your vibration and make a decision about what you really want. Right? What do you really want? And if this is not it, then work on your own judgment, work on all the beliefs that are keeping you there because you don't want to be there anymore. Okay, so we're going to send in Archangel Michael and Archangel Azrael, because Archangel Azrael's the angel of death, but it helps end cycles in life. Okay, it helps you shift from one season to the other, whether that season is with the same partner or whether that season is with a different partner. It's helping you let go instead of gripping on so tightly. Loretta saying, hi, Sky. I'd love a card on my way forward in life. Thank you. Okay, let's see what the angels have for Loretta. I have to stop the angel readings at 12:45, which is in 15 minutes. Okay, I have a dentist appointment today, so I jumped on right before. Okay. So the card for you, Loretta, is remember who you are, Archangel Metatron. This card comes up when you have forgotten how incredible your gifts are and you're operating from a place of worthlessness or low self-esteem. So this is Archangel Metatron saying, really strong, your gifts matter, you matter, you can make a huge difference to humanity. You deserve to have a beautiful life, right? You really deserve to have a beautiful life. And that is believing in yourself is a fundamental to master. If you do not believe in yourself, if you don't think you have anything special about you, if you actually say that, a lot of people say that there's nothing special about me, healing work on, I don't believe in myself, I'm not important, I have to renounce or relinquish my gifts and my specialness to get closer to God, or to get close, or to be accepted by society, or to be a good woman, or to be a good mother, go deep into that healing, because your ability to have your own back, your understanding of how that you deserve protection, your understanding that you deserve validation, all of that is blocked when you don't believe you're special, when you don't believe you have anything to offer the world. Okay, my love. So I'm going to bring an Archangel Metatron to help you with your divine life path, and to help you make it a priority, to help you know that it is important. Okay, that's looking better. Lucy is saying, hi again, Skyler. I learned so much watching your live, also with Hera and Lucy. Yeah, I love Hera and Lucy. Can you help me get back to my soul power? I feel so difficult to go out of the house, low energy and confidence. Okay, let me pull a card for you. Okay, so immediately I'm getting the word sunlight, sunlight, sunlight. It's really important for you to go outside. Perspective, zoom out and relax. So get outside. Outside is one of the fastest ways to get perspective. Sunlight, it regulates your entire nervous system. It creates oxytocin, serotonin, epinephrine. Sunlight is medicine. Okay, so this shows me that this, like, you not getting enough sunlight is causing problems for you to sleep, and it's causing problems for you to switch off. So I recommend going for a walk that's at least 2 or 3 hours. Take a picnic with you. Do not take your phone with you, or if you take it, switch it off, right, for in camera mode only. No connection to the internet, and really make the space to just be. It's so easy with phones connected to social media accounts and things like that for you to have absolutely no time to yourself, even when you are with yourself, or to spend all your time inside the device instead of spending time at home. But there's a real energy of you need the sunlight, you need the sunlight, you need the sunlight. So it might even be giving you the message, because that angel was sitting on top of the world, right? It might even be giving us to travel or live somewhere that's more sunny. For improving energy and confidence, I really recommend listening to hypnosis tracks, guided affirmation tracks, guided healing tracks, especially if you've had arguments with people and you've been low since the arguments or the conflict, which is what I'm being shown has happened with you. Having positive words and words, particularly words of affirmation, flooding into your being is one of the most powerful things you can do. Arguments, particularly negative ones, have the habit of lasting over an hour, sometimes 2 hours. So put your headphones on and sit and listen to the affirmations and stuff whilst you're working on a project, or whilst you're working out, or whilst you're cooking. But leave it on so that it's really going in, and it's going in on an unconscious level. Because if you're not receiving that love and validation, appreciation from the other person, then you need to put it back. Otherwise, it's like making a withdrawal from your financial bank account and never putting the money in and wondering why there's no money in there. Every time someone screams at you, every time someone puts you down, every time someone bullies you, including yourself, you're making an energetic withdrawal, right? And there's only so many times you can withdraw from your emotional bank account before it's empty. So it's time to start making deposits, and you make deposits by putting positive things in your mind, positive things in your body, positive things in your energy. Oh, hi, Mattis. So, hi, dear Sky. Yesterday you told me to take a good look at my financial state. Would studying Reiki and practicing it be a good way to earn an income? No. And the reason is that it's still exchanging time for money. Anything that requires you to exchange time for money will make you a slave, and you're going to resent it, and you're going to get exhausted. So you want to create a product that allows you to be supported and have a passive income, and give Reiki sessions when you feel in alignment, and to support, let's say, maybe 1 or 2 clients a week with physical sessions, but you're not having to do 30 sessions a week just to pay the rent, right? Because that's going to make you end up ill. So maybe teaching Reiki online, or creating guided meditations with Reiki, or what's it called? Doing Reiki master classes where you're teaching Reiki energy for clearing finances, Reiki energy for clearing toxic relationships, Reiki energy for clearing psychic attack, right? But you don't want to get locked into time for money. I did that for many years, and you will end up burnt out and resenting it. Okay, so sessions should be a manifestation of your connection to God. They shouldn't be something that you are forced to do because you cannot pay your bills, right? You have to create a stream of income that isn't as dependent on your physical well-being and health as that. It's too much pressure to have to give back-to-back healings every day. It's too much giving. It's out of balance. Okay, so 3 or 4 clients a week maximum for one-to-one Reiki sessions, and creating a product with Reiki that you can serve humanity with, that you can sell, that won't that will pay the bills, but that won't mean that you're a slave and that you're constantly exchanging time for money. Time is the most valuable thing, not money. I'm going to say that again. Time is the most valuable thing, not money. You will run out of time when you die, not money. Okay, so if you can help it, don't exchange time. Okay, Carolina's saying, hi, Sky. We'd love to know if the angels have a message for me. Okay, let me have a look. Okay. Archangel of Serenity, weave a new story. You actually got 2 because there's one sneaking in here. The balance symbol, love will find a way. So the first message, and there's a serenity prayer, which is grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. To take each day at a time, to appreciate each moment, to take this world as she is and not as I would have her, and to accept that all things will turn out well. Okay, so this energy is the energy of, and this is why this one is like balance. It's God fights my battles for me. There are supernatural powers working behind the scenes to bring this manifestation, or to bring my destiny into play. And I don't have to force, I don't have to push. I just have to focus on following my divine guidance every single day. But this card is very much about, be careful. You have the power of life and death in your tongue. Whatever story you're telling right now is damaging you badly. So if you're gossiping, if you're telling a story about a difficult situation in your life where you're the victim, stop speaking. Silence is better than the story. Journal, get a therapist, but stop telling everybody around you that you are, you're not okay and you will never be okay and you're never going to recover from this. Those types of words become curses, right? You have the power of life and death in your tongue. Be very careful what you say. Use your journals to get out toxic energy, and then burn the pages. Have a conversation with your therapist, but toxic negative energy needs to be released in a container of God's light. It can't just be unleashed and uncontrolled, because then it manifests more of the same. Okay, and then you got the balance symbol. Okay, love will find a way. You don't have to know how this is going to heal. You don't have to know how this story is going to change. It will seem impossible. I remember when my mum and my dad and I, we had a falling out, believe it or not, right before my wedding. And then we didn't speak for years after my wedding. And I was in so much emotional pain, and I thought it would never get resolved. And I messaged my parents multiple times and they just didn't answer. And I thought, it's done. They're not coming back. They don't want to be in a relationship with me. And woe betide, I kept praying, I kept forgiving, I kept the faith. And then one summer, I was sitting there on my couch in August, and my mum messaged me and said, would you like to talk? I'm ready to have a relationship and to reconnect. I'm open to recreating this if you are. And it came back. So everything happens for a reason. You have to trust that life is working for you when the story is out of your control, right? When things happen that are unfair, the story I use, and it's a very powerful story, right? And it's the one that, like Jesus says to tell, is simple. When the doors close, you say, God is closing the doors for reasons I cannot understand. Everything is working out in my favor. The doors are closing as a blessing, right? The doors are closing for a reason. I'm open to seeing the situation differently. I'm open to miracles. I'm open to God leading the way, right? So you want to put God in control, not the story in control. God should be driving the destiny of your life, not our fears, not our stories, right? God should be in control. God should be in the driver's seat. And that's when things start to happen quickly. And that's when it starts to go like dominoes. You don't have to control it. You just, and it goes, and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. Yeah, that's God does things. God moves in interesting ways. Okay, Gabriella saying, hey, lovely Sky, may I please have a scan regarding my health? Thank you, Gabriella. Okay, let me have a look. Okay, the Archangel of Strength, unleash your magic. So the message that's coming for you is very much, you can see like literally the growth coming out. She's in a red dress. So this is about grounding. It's about self-compassion, because the color red is like the color of blood, which is like deep love and compassion for yourself. And remembering that you have magic, remembering that you're a healer. So energy matters. If I'm sitting there going, my body is healthy, but energetically, I am sending my body frustration and hatred and judgment. And why do I have to deal with you? Why are you sick? Why aren't you better yet? This should be easier. The energy is more important. It's just more important. So if you're resenting your body for being sick, you're it's a complete projection. Your body is always, 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 always the effect, not the cause. If your body is not okay, it's because of something that we did, whether that's putting ourselves under an extraordinary number of stress, whether that's continuing to interact in an abusive relationship, whether that's eating toxic foods and substances, whether that's forcing ourselves to do a job that we hate. The body is just a manifestation of violence and force when it comes to disease, right? Or dis-ease. So this idea that we're sold that the body is doing this to us, we're doing this to the body, and it has nowhere to go. It's like your body's like a child, right? The child can't run away. Your body cannot leave you. You could literally cut it, chop bits off it, torture it, and it cannot go anywhere. It's your body, right? It's tied to you in your nerves and your DNA. You can't without dying. Your body's stuck with you. So if your body's sick, and you're feeling angry at your body, which is what's coming up when I'm tuning into you, you need to get really present with the part of you that hates your body. Go back to who taught me to hate my body, right? Who was the first person that taught me to hate my body? It might have been somebody on TV. It might have been an older sibling. It might have been watching your mother hate her own body. Very often body hatred is inherited intergenerational trauma, right? It might be a patriarchal thing where you're like a sexualized object only for breeding. That's an ancient one. You might want a muscle test because you have all of the above, but you want to really go back into, you want to really go back into what's really going on, right? What's really going on, and why do I hate my body? You don't want to bypass it. You don't want to avoid it. You don't want to pretend that's not an issue, because it will block every other bit of healing that you do. You cannot heal from hatred. You can only heal from love. Okay. So I would start looking at, where is this hatred directed at my body coming from? Why do I hate my life? Where is this anger coming from? And you'll find it. If you're willing to, you'll find it. Okay. Okay, Netu is saying, my name is Isha. May I get angel guidance from my spiritual goals? Thank you. The Archangel of Hope, expect the best. So this is what we just got told. Somebody just got told to change their story. You are like this, she's standing on the ocean. So she's really guiding you to get connected with the water, to get connected with the flow and the emotions, and to raise your expectations. It's easy guidance. It's hard practice, because people fall away when you raise your frequency, raise your expectations, change your story. But it was never in your highest good anyway, right? I remember once getting a healing from Anna around a relationship I was in. It was a toxic relationship at the time. And I said to her, I don't want to be alone. And she said to me, you're already alone. Okay. So if you are staying in low vibe relationships, friendships with partners, employees, whatever it is, because you don't want to be alone and you don't want to do this alone, you're already alone. if you are like, this is the reality. If you are already feeling lonely, if you're already not able to be yourself, if you're already putting up with emotional abuse and disrespect and covert control, however it comes, you are already alone. Those people do not have your back. You are just refusing to accept the reality that you've created. So God hears what's being said behind closed doors. The guidance is very, very simple, right? The guidance is expect the best and stay in the flow. You can see all the water flowing in the background. I very much have been attracted to soft pinks and blues, etc. recently, and I would recommend going with the colors that were given to you on your card to help shift your vibration. This beautiful turquoise really helps open up your throat chakra, and the pink really helps open up the heart chakra for more self-compassion. I'm going to do one more. You're welcome, Caroline. So, Love Sunshine is saying, thank you for your feedback about my healing abilities. Yeah, you have very beautiful healing abilities. I actually do access bars and was a teacher and feel that I help people a lot through, but I feel that I help people a lot through learning and development in between jobs. The door is open. I think you're waiting to be sure before you choose a niche or choose a direction. And your angels are saying, just teach, like just heal. Healing happens in so many ways. It happens in so many ways. It happens through access and Reiki and Theta and medical intuitive technique. And it happens through words. It happens through music. It happens through dance. It happens through falling in love. It happens through beauty. It happens through art. Healing happens, right? Healing is a natural manifestation of God's love that expressed. You don't have to sit there and say to your arm, heal when it gets cut. Okay, your healing gifts. I'm hearing your angels, your guardian angel, is actually very beautiful. The energy that came through is your healing gifts are self-evident, right? You have incredibly powerful healing gifts. And from when I'm looking at you energetically, you've got like touch and heal gifts, so like instant touch healing. You've got transmission healing, so you can do like long distance, etc. healing. You can work on people's belief systems very deeply. You can heal people's emotions very deeply. The issue is around self-worth, because you still don't, even though you are a teacher, you don't energetically project yourself that way. You don't carry yourself that way. And there's a very deep belief that it's like there's stuff around, blocks around finances there, like it's energetically a hobby instead of a full-time divine life purpose, right? So that's what I would focus on. I'd focus on meditating with Archangel Raphael and making the decision. Like when I really decided that I was a healer, when I really decided I'm a medical intuitive and I'm going to specialize in people's health journeys. And that's when I became the leader in my field. That's when I became a person who was able to shine the way I was taught to, which is creating that hybrid between nutrition and deep energy work, and using the skills that I'd been given and that I'd mastered. So you need to, that decision of I'm going to make this my life's work. This is going to be my legacy, as opposed to I'm going to work in exchange for financial security. It's a very big energetic shift. Right. And I've never, like people say to me, how did you stop being a student and become a teacher? I've never stopped being a student. I still study. I still regularly take other people's courses. I still regularly take other people's classes. It's just something that is not the core of my life. The core of my life is the teaching and the healing, being a mom, being a wife. And then the rest of the learnings are happening in the background when I have space, when I have time, in the space of my hobbies. And then if they light me up enough, I translate them into my sessions, and I go far enough in the qualification to become an instructor or to become a teacher, etc. Right? If that modality lights me up enough. Or if sometimes I love them, but I want to use them for me, right? And then I'll work with a therapist in that modality until the energy's moved or the energy is cleared. Okay, I'm going to stop here for today because you guys know I have a dentist appointment in like 10 minutes now. So I'm going to do our closing prayer, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. O great spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my father, my mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives, and we thank you for these good, good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste.